Good job. Everybody, out of the pool, out of the pool.
Betty Davis, the great actress, is credited for speaking one of the greatest lines in movie history. When she said, "Fasten your seatbelts, you're in for a bumpy night." I'm asking you, ladies and gentlemen, to fasten your seatbelts because you're in for a very bumpy afternoon. I have a couple of announcements to make. One is having to do with Campbell Stone's constant battle with Publix grocery carts. But Campbell Stone has initiated a new policy which might finally solve the problem. I recall so many times opening the elevator on the 4th floor would open, and the door would open and there'd be a damn grocery cart in the elevator. We have residents who don't really care. They leave them in the elevator, they leave them in the laundry room, and they leave them in the lobby, they leave them wherever they choose. But Campbell Stone now has an ingenious policy which I think is going to take care of that. Any resident who is seen with a Publix grocery cart on Campbell Stone property will have two disciplinary choices. The first one is they will get a 30-day eviction notice. The second choice is that they will be sentenced to 1 year every Thursday night of going to bingo.
Oh, no.
Of the 4 residents who have been cited, all 4 have elected to be evicted. I now have a couple of staff changes that I would like to announce. Please bear with me knowing that change is a fact of life. Some of our staff will be doing other duties here at Campbell Stone. Some of our other staff have decided to move on. And we know how generous Campbell Stone can be. For the staff who will be moving on, Campbell Stone has offered them a great severance package of a $5 Publix gift card. Ellen Dunn is now the new parking lot attendant. And she will be outfitted with a new bright yellow hazard vest. Maria Monahan is the new CEO of a new store here at Campbell Stone. Campbell Stone has decided to merge the Magnolia shop with the potpourri.
No.
And it will be called the dumpster. And Maria will be the CEO of the dumpster. Campbell Stone has created a new position for one Jennifer Barnes. Effective Monday, May the 1st, Jennifer Barnes is now Mother Superior of Campbell Stone. It only gets worse. Michelle, I think we see Michelle. Michelle has a new position at Campbell Stone. Michelle is the new hostess in the clubroom. Patricia is now coordinator of Meals on Wheels for Pets. Irina has a new job across the street at Nurse Care. Irina will be the fashion coordinator for the staff at Nurse Care. Sean will be the new bartender at Hooters in Roswell. Jan has a new job as a bouncer at the Doll's House on Roswell Road. Mandrell is moving on. He will get his $5 gift card. Mandrell is the new at Rogers State Prison in Reidsville. Mandrell is the new chief of the death row unit at Rogers State Prison. Felix and Israel, Felix and Israel, better known as the Bobbsey twins, have a new job at Campbell. They have a new repair shop. It's called Don't Despair, We Repair Frickin' Frack. But the most important staff change, the board of directors of Campbell have met and named a new chairman of the board. Ladies and gentlemen, the new chairman of the board of Campbell is Mr. Gary Sellers. Campbell will be featuring a dinner in Gary's honor at Creechy's in a couple of weeks, and it will feature some of Gary's favorite foods: vegetarian brie and prune juice. I wanted to tell you all how I got into stand-up comedy. It was really very sad. In 1975, my wife left me for 3 Buddhist monks and a witch doctor. The Buddhist monks I could handle, the witch doctor was just brutal. I was working full time and I was really hurt. A friend of mine said, "Well, Charles, have you ever thought about stand-up comedy?" And I said, "Not really." But this friend was involved in some nightclubs in Atlanta. He said, "We ought to try it." So we did. And about a month or so, I did my first stand-up. This is again 1975. I was in my 30s at a place called the Wallwater at Emory Village. It's no longer there, but it's across from the Kroger. The Kroger's still there. And I would do a set on a Friday or Saturday night at 9 or sometimes 11 o'clock. And then he got me a couple more bookings on Spring Street. One was at the 688 Club. The 688 Club was a punk rock club. The boys and girls had pink hair and things hanging out of their nose. I also got several bookings at Rose's Cantina, which was affectionately known as a Tex-Mex bar. It was actually a biker bar, and I would do my stand-up standing on a billiard table. But I had a great time doing those years. I was in my 30s. Most of the audience was in their 20s. I made a lot of great acquaintances, particularly with some young ladies. And after some of my shows, we would retire somewhere and talk about the great religions of Western civilization. By the way, I see a member of the staff who I forgot, the great Reverend Betty. Reverend Betty is moving on Monday, May the 1st. She will have a new job at Publix as a greeter. I gave up the stand-up in 1977 because I got involved in politics. And for the next 25 years, I worked in politics for a couple of prominent people, but I won't mention them because they will get in trouble. But I always wondered what would have happened if I'd stayed with stand-up. And I think, frankly, I probably would have been a great success, made a lot of money, and died with a cocaine overdose at 35 with 2 girls. But what a way to go. But I always wanted to do another stand-up routine. And the opportunity presented itself in 1995. I did an 8-minute stand-up, 8 minutes and 14 seconds of stand-up at the Punchline Comedy Club in Sandy Springs. We happen to have, with the miracles of technology, we happen to have a DVD of that performance. In 1995, I was 54 years old. You'll see me. The audience was no longer in their 20s, they were in their 30s and 40s. But you will see me at 54 years old doing 8 minutes of some edgy comedy. I think you'll find it just as relevant today as it was 28 years ago. So let it roll. Oh, by the way, I make reference early on in this routine to a lady named Shannon Faulkner. In 1995, Shannon Faulkner was a young lady who was the first woman to be admitted to the Citadel Military Academy in Charleston, South Carolina. Unfortunately, she only lasted a week. But she blazed a trail, and after Shannon Faulkner kind of bombed out, the Citadel accepted hundreds of women as proud cadets of the Citadel.